Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Please call the roll.
Supervisor Quigley,
Present.
Councilman Van Cleek, Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
Please, communications.
The town board received an email on Monday, December 30th. Supervisor Quigley and members of the town board, as 2025 approaches, I'm writing to ask the town board to consider looking into the appointment of a committee to update the town's comprehensive plan that was adopted in 2007 during my time as supervisor of the town. While some ideas in the document took shape over the last 17 years, there have been significant changes to the town. Additionally, some areas, specifically affordable housing, are still at critical level of need in Ulster County. Perhaps the town board would consider an affordable housing law for new developments to encourage the inclusion of affordable housing units in new developments. I'd be happy to participate if the comprehensive plan committee is established and discuss a model affordable housing law. Further, if there's a vacancy on the planning or zoning board of the town, I'd be interested in serving. Thank you for your considerations. All the best, Nick Werner.
Thank you, Ms. Reeby. So we are going to go through the agenda tonight, and I will read to the record. Whereas the town board of the town of Ulster convened an organizational meeting for the year 2025 on January 2nd, 2025. And whereas the town is required by town law to make certain designations and appointments, establish salaries, paydays, schedule meetings, and determine certain other matters. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the town board makes the following designations. Depository of funds, the Bank of Greene County and New York LAF. Official newspapers, the Daily and Sunday Freeman, Hudson Valley One. Paydays, elected and appointed employees monthly. Part-time employees bi-weekly. Full-time employees bi-weekly. Salaries of elected officials as set in the budget adopted by this town board in November of 2024. Supervisor, $55,000 per annum. Deputy supervisor, $2,500 per annum. Town clerk, $70,000 per annum. Town justices, there are two, each $50,157.50 per annum. Council members, there are four each, $10,400 each. And the superintendent of highways, $92,288.30. Appointments. Secretary to the supervisor, Peggy King. Deputy supervisor, Anna Hayner. And for both of these appointments, appointment letters were filed with the town clerk this afternoon in accordance with state law. Attorney to the town of Ulster and special prosecutor, Jason J. Kovacs, Esquire. Assistant special prosecutors, David Goodage, Esquire. Special attorney to the town, Rebecca Maloris Letry, Esquire. Bond counsel, Thomas E. Myers, Esquire of Orick, Harrington, and Sutcliffe, LLP. Pilot counsel, John N. Vaginellis, Esquire of Mazzadia and Vaginellis, PC. Financial advisor, Michael J. Legurcio of Munistat Services, Inc. Comptroller, Tosca Sweeney. Registrar of Vital Statistics, Suzanne Reeby. Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics, Melanie Riker. FOIL Officer, Suzanne Reeby. Handicap Parking Permit Issuing Agent, Suzanne Reeby. Deputy Town Clerk, Melanie Riker. Clerk to Justice Myers, Roseanne Posnowski. Clerk to Judge Kessick. Karen Gorski. Building Inspector, Warren Tutt. Floodplain Administrator, Warren Tutt. MS4 Coordinator, Warren Tutt. Hazard Mitigation Coordinator to be determined. Ulster County Planning Board member, Frank Almquist, and John Crispell, alternate. Ulster County Transportation Council, Mary Ann DeGroot. The Shokan Release Working Group and Lower Esopus, Mary Ann DeGroot. Assistant Superintendent of Wastewater Treatment, Josh Brink. Deputy Superintendent of Highways, Charles Freer. The Town Board's meeting schedule. Workshop meetings shall be the first Thursday of each month at 7 p.m. The agenda review begins at 6:30 p.m. Regular monthly meetings, third Thursday of each month at 7 p.m. The agenda review begins at 6:30 p.m. There will be only one meeting in the month of July 2025 on the 17th. Town Board agenda. The Friday prior to the meeting at 4 p.m. is the deadline for submitting agenda items. The agenda will be published by 10 a.m. on Tuesday prior to the Town Board meeting, with the meeting materials to follow as soon as practicable. Mileage. Mileage will be reimbursed at the rate of federal mileage rate of 70 cents per mile, or as adjusted by the IRS for use of the personal vehicles for town business. Legal holidays. New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, Good Friday, Memorial Day, Juneteenth Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Election Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, Friday after Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day. Work days. Monday through Friday, or per negotiated contracts. Vacation, as per negotiated contracts, all non-union employees per the town code. Insurance buyout, appointed officials and non-union employees, $3,500 per year. All others per negotiated contracts. Elected officials are not eligible for the insurance buyout. Petty cash. Supervisor's office is authorized for $100. The town clerk is authorized for $100. The tax collector is authorized for $150. The water department cash draw is $150. The court is $100. The building department is $50. Ryder Park is $50. Whittier Sewer is $25. The sewer department is $50. And the water department is $75. The highway budget, $3,435,038. The appointment of the town planner is to be determined. The planning board meeting is the second Tuesday of each month at 7 p.m. The zoning board is the second Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. The police matters meeting is the first Thursday of each month at 4 p.m. That concludes our scheduled agenda for this section. I ask for a roll call vote on the motion and resolution that is presented.
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
Very good. 19 is where all the authority for the daily operations of the towns and its district are delegated by the town board, Mr. Van Cleek has a resolution to offer.
Regarding point 19. The Town of Ulster's general fund is a $10 million annual operation. With the highway fund included, it exceeds $15 million. According to the New York State Town Law found in the AOT Town Law Manual dated 2016, the town board as a group is the executive head of the town and must function as a body. There is no true executive in town government like the mayor of a city or a village. Thus, an individual board member or town supervisor may not unilaterally act on behalf of the board, and each town board member has the authority as any other board member. However, in order to keep a town of our size functioning in between town board meetings and to address day-to-day issues, according to New York State law, the town board may delegate certain power and duties of administration and supervision to the town supervisor. However, a town board may not abdicate or surrender its basic statutory responsibilities to the supervisor. With this understanding of New York State law and my appreciation for the significance of the daily operation of our town, I make the following resolution. Be it resolved that this board delegates to the supervisor the power and duties of administration and supervision of the town to address the day-to-day operation of our town. With this, the board will expect the supervisor to report to the board weekly on the significant administrative and supervisory activities he or she was involved in on the part of the town board and to solicit the board's involvement as needed. I make that motion.
Is there a second? He made the motion, you seconded. Discussion?
Roll call, please.
No, I get the privilege of doing that.
I asked for it, that's fine.
I make a motion to modify the resolution requiring the town board members who are communicated to by the supervisor to respond to the supervisor's communications. And the reason I say this is at the meeting on December 5th, the town board approved the transfer of an employee from the sewer department to the water department. On the 18th, an email was sent by the supervisor to the full town board and the department heads, notifying them of a change in civil service requirements, indicating that the town had an obligation to canvass the eligible list. I asked for the department head or a member of the personnel committee to step forward and take that task on. No answer. I received an inquiry from the union on behalf of the employee on December 28th. Again, I sent an email making the same request. No answer. This is typical for the last 6 months of the civil war that has gone on this board. If you're going to ask me to cooperate and provide you a weekly report, which I have no problem to, and which I have honored by sending you copies of emails on a daily basis, I would at least appreciate some type of response other than received. Thank you.
I'll second your motion to amend the motion.
Roll call vote, please,
Can I, point of order, we need to first,
on the modification.
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot,
Now, on the resolution as modified, roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot,
Now, in the meantime, can I ask, is somebody going to uptake the personnel issue? Moving forward. They changed they changed the rules. The civil service changed the rules. We've got an email on that, and that's what my email to the town board stated twice. And it was a requirement that here's what the interesting thing is, the department heads have usually done all the interviewing. And in this case, the department head should be making the canvas. Moving on. At the request of Mr. Van Cleek, I make a motion to move the planning board appointments and the appointment of the chair of the planning board forward to the next meeting.
I'll second that.
Roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto. Councilwoman Hayner. Councilwoman DeGroot.
To the zoning board. I was just informed prior to coming into session that Mr. Schultz's resignation from the planning board or from the zoning board was conditional on his appointment to the planning board. That is not going to occur tonight. So then I make a motion that the zoning board of appeals appointments be deferred to the next meeting. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto. Councilwoman Hayner. Councilwoman DeGroot.
I make a motion to appoint Kevin Reginato as the chair of the zoning board of appeals.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto. Councilwoman Hayner. Councilwoman DeGroot.
The Assessment Board of Review is placed into the record. Their terms extend past the end of 2025. There is no necessary vote on this issue, but for the record, Ryan Van Cleek with the term ending September 2026, John Crispell with a term ending September 2027, and Margie Stickles with a term ending September 2028. The town historian is an annual appointment with no term stated. I ask for a motion to appoint Robert Sweeney as the town historian. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto. Councilwoman Hayner. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Thank you. The police matters members are designated as the town board. May I have a motion? Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto. Councilwoman Hayner. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Thank you very much. On the matter of the Recreation Committee members, I was informed in the pre-meeting that Ms. Reevy has received letters of interest of additional members wishing to join the committee and has indicated that there aren't names listed here of individuals who no longer wish to serve. I asked for a motion to defer this matter to the next meeting. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto. Councilwoman Hayner. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Thank you. On the Board of Ethics, Anna Hayner, Chair, Brian Illner, and John Iannotti. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, you got it first.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
No.
Councilman Secreto. Councilwoman Hayner. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Yes.
Thank you. The Association of Towns Annual Meeting, the delegate is Suzanne Reevy, and the alternate delegate is Anna Hayner.
So moved.
Is there a second? Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
Are you allowed to? Then mine is yes.
The next item on our agenda is committee assignments at the request of Deputy Supervisor Hayner. These will be deferred to the next meeting. The first resolution in the reorganization package is a resolution regarding overtime pay to town employees. It requires a written authorization unless there is an emergency situation. May I have a motion to accept the resolution as presented? All those go ahead, Susie.
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
Yes.
The next item is a motion to adopt policy regarding the adoption of local laws. This is the policy that the town board maintains where we introduce a law. We age it for 30 days after public presentation. We set a public hearing for the next meeting, which is another 2 weeks. We hold the public hearing and we keep the public hearing open for 30 days for written comment. In this law, if the process is not completed within a specified time period, the law has to be reintroduced. So may I have a motion to adopt the policy? Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
The next item is a resolution adopting rules of conduct for the town board meetings and public hearings per town law section 63. This is essentially to maintain decorum within our meetings. May I have a motion to accept the resolution as presented?
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
The next resolution is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to submit to the town clerk a copy of the report to the state comptroller required by general municipal law, section 30. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
The next item is a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign checks using facsimile signature for payroll account. May I have a motion?
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yeah.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
Yes.
The next item is a motion to adopt the procurement policy for 2025. This is required by state law.
Motion to accept.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yep.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
The next item is a motion to adopt the investment policy for 2025.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call,
Yeah.
please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
The next item is a motion to adopt the FOIL policy for 2025.
I'll second that.
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
The next item is a motion to adopt the fund balance policy for 2025, and I would like to stress that this is not changed or modified in any way in relation to the policy that has been in effect for any of the prior years.
Roll call Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner, Councilwoman DeGroot.
Motion to defer the record management policy to the next meeting in light of comments on a required modification.
I'll-
Okay, Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yep.
Councilman Secreto, Councilwoman Hayner? Councilwoman DeGroot?
The next item is a resolution appointing Frank Omquist and John Crispell alternate to the Ulster County Planning Board. Roll call. please.
Supervisor Quigley?
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek?
Yes.
Councilman Secreto? Councilwoman Hayner? Councilwoman DeGroot?
The next item is a resolution appointing Dan Baker, sole assessor, for a term ending September 30th, 2025.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Supervisor Quigley?
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek?
Yes.
Councilman Secreto? Councilwoman Hayner?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeGroot?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our organization agenda. We have 2 items of business that are time critical. The first item is a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the software access agreement by and between the County of Ulster and the Town of Ulster for a period of 1 year for the use of software to be used by the town clerk, tax collector. May I have a motion to authorize said document? Roll
Roll
call,
call.
please.
Supervisor Quigley?
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek?
Yes.
Councilman Secreto? Councilwoman Hayner? Councilwoman DeGroot?
Yes.
And the next item is a resolution adopting the town fee schedule for 2025. This was emailed on 12/12/24. It has been published for most of the month of December. And there was a approval for the transfer station fees that was given to the town clerk by the town board so that the sale of transfer station permits could commence. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Oh, a motion.
I'll make that. And I'll second it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Supervisor Quigley?
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek?
Yep.
Councilman Secreto? Councilwoman Hayner? Councilwoman DeGroot?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our scheduled agenda of business tonight. Is there any other business to come before this meeting?
I am making a motion to enter into executive session to discuss the employment history of a particular person and matters relating to the collective negotiations under the Taylor Law. I make that motion. I need a second.
I'll second it. Let's go. All those in favor? Aye.
Employment history, okay?
Nobody's talking. I have one piece of business I would like to do. Town board is back from executive session. It's 7:38. Town board did not take any actions. I have one final piece of business. In the spirit of the resolution that was passed tonight, requiring me to report to the board of my actions. Over the last week and a half, given the circumstances with the town planner, I have reached out to many of the towns around us and asked them who their town planners were, their involvement in the redesign or preliminary design and updating of a comprehensive plan. And I've identified here several firms, and it was my intention tonight, prior to dispensing with the appointment of committees, to ask for a committee to assume the responsibility of defining a process for finding a new town planner and a consultant for undertaking a comprehensive plan. I am distributing my notes to the town board and identifying 5 firms. I have inquiries out to the county planner asking for additional recommendations, and I will dutifully report to this body when that material comes back. So, Mr. Van Cleek, you made a motion to adjourn. Would you like to continue with the motion?
Yes.
Do I have a second on the motion to adjourn? All those in favor? Thank you very much and have a wonderful night.